Hello Aries, so I'm doing your weekly reading for August the 21st to the 28th, and I'm going to take a look into your situation, find out why it's happening, what's going on in your blind spot, take a look at what it is that's working for you, and of course how it is all likely going to play out as well. Okay, so before I've even gotten your deck ready for you guys, you had a jumping card. We are going to take it because, of course, jumping cards, they usually have got quite a lot to say. So this one is coming out as your situation, okay? And it says higher power. I can't read my own writing. You'll need to be patient with me. A conscious contract with a higher power, deep spiritual bond with another, feeling inspired and receiving spiritual guidance. So, yeah. A lot of spiritual activity going on for you guys this week, okay? A lot of messages coming in for you from beyond the veil, okay? The energy's unseen, as I like to say. This is also about trusting in your own higher power as well, okay? Yes, trusting in your intuition. Trusting in how you feel about a certain situation or a certain person, be it for better or worse, okay? I feel with this one that this is specifically pointing towards a very strong connection that you have with another individual, a connection that feels very spiritual, okay? So again, you can put whatever label you want on it, right? It's none of my business. Soulmate, twin flame, whatever, right? That's between you, the other person, and of course the universe, right? So call it whatever you want. It indicates a strong spiritual connection. Now, we see in this card that there is this key, and it's on the forehead of this individual, right? And that one would indicate the third eye. Again, not everybody subscribes to the chakra systems. That's absolutely fine, okay? Ultimately, it is about your own intuition and trusting in what it is that you know, okay? It can be like clairsentience as well, which is just knowing something without knowing why you know certain things. You just know, okay? And believing in that, trusting in that. The energy at the bottom of the deck, contract, yes, there's a soul contract. I was feeling that this was more to do with a deep soul connection that you share with another individual. There is a soul contract here that's coming through as being the main theme of your week. Okay, so the emphasis is going to be on the connection or the relationship that you share with this individual. And this one says, partnerships, it can be legal commitments, remain aware and receptive to what may be coming your way. So if you're one of these where at the moment your life seems to be sort of quite peaceful and quiet, and you're not really dealing with other people right now, and you'd be sitting there going, doesn't really feel like it's my reading this time. Well, number one, that's okay, right? If you believe it's not your read this time, that's not a problem at all. I would say keep an open mind though, because if you don't know this person that this reading is speaking about, then it's likely that this is going to be the week that you meet them, okay? Because sometimes these readings, they can come out as predictive. Okay, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, yes, they absolutely can. So if you're not expecting this kind of message to come through in your reading, I would just say keep an open mind, right? Because there is an important soul contract that's coming through, right? I'm going to pull out the tarot now, and we'll see if we can get a deeper dive into that before we move on to the next of your reading. So can you tell us more about this soul contract? And it's clearly a soul contract, higher power and contract. Can you tell us more about this for Aries, please? This soul contract. This is soul contract for Aries. I do apologise if you can hear my clicky elbow through the microphone. I'm trying to avoid doing it. It's just, I seem to be extra clicky today. I don't know why. Strength. So it could be to do with a Leo, involving a Leo somewhere along the lines. It doesn't have to be. That one's obviously strength, courage, influence, and integrity. Okay. So here's the thing, Aries. When it comes down to this individual, and like I said, you might not have even met them yet. Keep an open mind. You do have a lot of influence over them. Now, in the hands of the wrong type of person, that can be quite a dangerous thing for the other person involved, okay? You guys know how it works, right? Basically, it's saying, whoever this is, you do have them wrapped around your little finger, right? If you were to tell them anything, they'd say, how high, basically, right? You just have to snap your fingers and they're like, sure, how high? So you can see really, really easily how dangerous that sort of influence could be in the wrong hands. So they're saying here, look, you do have a lot of influence. Okay, a lot of influence. The Page of Swords, yeah. This is asking for you to take action on your inspired ideas, okay? This is also communication. And with it being a page, it's new communication or immature communication. Not immature in the manner of, oh my God, this person is so childish, right? It's not that kind of immature. It's immature in the way of breaking the ice, okay? Clearly, either you or they, and I'm feeling both, right? But I feel it's them that is going to be breaking the ice with you. And you're being asked to trust this new, it does feel like a new connection. Trust this new connection. Because there is a soul contract with this individual. That's why you're feeling a little bit, I want to say curious, with it being Page of Swords. You're feeling a little bit curious about this connection, as are they. And it's the type of curiosity that is quite unusual, by means of you're both deeply, deeply feeling that there's something more here. There's something else here. I can't quite put my finger on it. I can't even find the words to describe it. I just feel that this particular connection is so, so different from all the other connections and relationships that I've ever had, and I don't know why. I'm also seeing, Aries, with the combination of cards that's coming out, it's making you both think and feel things that are foreign to you. So let's take a deeper dive. Why is this happening? Strategy. It's an interesting one. Making a plan, optimum time for planning, time to take full control, set your sights on the road ahead. Yeah, it's like immediately you're both thinking of the future and the potential of the future together, and you know what that may or may not look like, and it kind of feels like it's really, really soon into the connection, okay? Which again, you know how some toxic relationships, they start declaring their undying love for you within the first 3 days of knowing you, right? And there's always that worry that a connection like this is going to turn out to be toxic. Obviously, we've not got any messages out that would indicate that this type of connection is going to be a toxic one. It's going to be a cause for concern, though, because straight away, quite soon after meeting each other, you're both already thinking about the future together. And so the warning signals are going to be there. Okay. But the major difference is this feels right. It feels good. It doesn't feel like it's toxic. And that's the major difference between this connection and the past connections that went wrong. Okay, so to speak. So yeah, let's take a deeper dive into that. Can you tell us more about this strategy, please? The thing with this type of connection, it can border very closely into the realms of obsession. Okay, so I will say that, right? Very strong soul connections, twin flame connections, they can edge super close to that boundary of becoming toxic and obsessive, right? So providing you're both fully aware of what it is that's actually going on with this connection, then you can both make a conscious effort, Strength and Page of Swords, to make sure that it doesn't become that sort of connection, okay? Especially twin flame situations, right? Especially those ones. Yeah, see the Ten of Pentacles, long-term planning. Like a lot of people would say, beware, right? And I completely get that. I completely understand that. And 9 times out of 10, I would be in agreement with them, right? Yes, be super careful about meeting someone and straight away that they're making these long-term plans with you. And you're like, whoa, we don't even know each other yet. But again, I need to point out that there is something deeply spiritual about this connection. Therefore, it is not the same as an abusive, obsessive individual who's, trying to get a ring on it as soon as possible by means of control and domination, right? And there is a clear difference between the two. There genuinely is. So again, use your discernment, okay? That's why literally your first card out that had the most to say was higher power. What is your intuition telling you about this situation? What is your intuition telling you about this person, about this connection, about the future potential with this individual, right? Because your intuition's telling you, yeah, this one is strange. And it's strange because it's different. It's different because it's not toxic. It's different because it's spiritual. Higher power and contract. It's spiritual. There's a spiritual connection here. Look, the sun. Joy, peace, abundance, growth, prosperity. Why is this happening? Because you're supposed to grow with this person. Build up a life with this person. Okay, what's going on in your blind spot? Rest and rejuvenation. So it's almost like the energy or spirit is trying to tell you, you know what? You can lean into this. This connection is safe for you to lean into. And vice versa for your person as well, Aries, because bearing in mind, they're feeling the same as you. Okay? This one's all about trust and is in your blind spot. Relaxation and meditation, an opportunity to engage in peaceful thinking. So make it a priority. Peaceful thinking. Now it could also be perhaps either you or they is accustomed to a life of chaos, right? Maybe that chaos is someone's comfort zone. And because this connection clearly is a healthy connection, clearly is a divinely sent type of connection, and it brings with it that sort of atmosphere where you can be yourself, right? You can be as silly as what you like, and this person's cool with it and very likely will even join in with the silliness with you, right? You don't have to hide anything. You don't have to put on a performance or anything. That can feel really discombobulating for an individual who is accustomed to a life of chaos prior. You understand? Because it's a completely different lifestyle, right? You're going from one extreme to the complete opposite extreme, and that can be really jarring for someone. So that's why this energy is coming out in your blind spot. It's okay for you to chill. Okay? It's okay for you to lean into this. It's okay for you to let your guard down. It's okay for you to relax around this person. This is a safe individual. And you know what? They're going through the exact same thing. Again, I'm not seeing any cards that would indicate mirrored energy. I am absolutely feeling that vibe of you are mirroring each other. Okay? Like, it's strong. You're both concerned about the exact same things, about the exact same issues. And the messages are repeating. It is safe. You are safe for each other. You can lean into each other. You have got each other's backs. Beautiful. What else for Aries blind spot here, please? Now, I wasn't intending for this to be a love reading, okay? That's how it's played out, though, all right? Yeah, the Six of Swords in your blind spot. Things are going to improve. Things get better for you from this moment forth. And it's in your blind spot. So again, you're not expecting for things to go well. You're not expecting for this to be the peaceful connection, because you're expecting chaos. That's why the Six of Swords is in your blind spot. What else is in Aries blind spot? Thank you. That one's reversed. The Magician reversed. Interesting. So this one indicates scattered energy, right? Sometimes it can be illusions and manipulations. Now, I am feeling a little bit of that, right? But that's not coming from you, and it's not coming from your person or whoever this is that you're thinking of, right? If there's any manipulations, it feels like it's coming from a different angle, a different entity. So I am going to clarify this one in a second, just so that I can get clear on where this manipulation's coming from. It isn't feeling like it's super, super strong though, okay? This one feels as if it's someone's worry, as if it's someone's concern. And someone is worried about situations that haven't yet happened. It's not yet manifested. Magician reversed. It isn't real. It's not real. It's not manifested yet. And this indicates more strongly to me, Aries, again, because it's in your blind spot, so you're not even necessarily consciously aware that you're doing this. There is a part of you that is just assuming that this is all going to go wrong, or that this person's going to get bored of you and leave or abandon you or something like that. And it is not going to happen. Okay? So, I'll grab another deck and I will clarify where that it was very, very subtle, okay? That the manipulation that was coming through there was very, very subtle, which why it felt like it was coming from a completely different angle. So I'll ask now, where is that manipulation coming from? And can you tell us a bit more about that, please? Where was that manipulation coming from for Aries? Whoa. Okay. Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Ten of Wands, that's come out off centre. And the Hangman has also come out squiffy. So you've either got a Taurus, a Pisces, or a Sagittarius. For the angle where this subtle manipulation is coming from, it could be from an individual who is a little bit younger than you, but not necessarily. In all honesty, I feel that the subtle manipulation is coming from an individual who does not want to lose you or lose the chance, the opportunity of being with you or getting back together with you. Okay, so this is like a friend of yours who's got ideas in their head about, you know, the possibility of having more with you in the future. And then before they know it, you're already interested in somebody else. Okay, so it could be coming from them, or this could be coming from an ex, which is more likely. Again, just take it as it resonates, okay? But literally, it's coming from an individual that you're not investing in that kind of way, if you catch my drift, okay? You might have tried it in the past, but it didn't work, right? With that Ten of Wands coming out squiffy. Now, a few months ago, you might have been debating in your head as to whether or not to give it another try with that specific person. And then you came to the realization, no, I can't go back there. It didn't work before. It's not going to work now. Okay. So whoever that third individual is, they can feel that you're pulling away. Okay, they can feel you're not as invested in them as what you used to be. So again, because it's in your blind spot, do be prepared for that other individual through their own disappointment to be trying to subtly manipulate you into being interested in them again. Okay, I need to emphasize the manipulation is not coming from the individual that you have this soul contract with. Okay? It is coming from a different individual. Because it feels off. Like you can tell. You can tell when the energy is connected or when it isn't. You can tell. A lot of the times it is really, really obvious. Okay? Right. So what is working for you at this time? Building blocks. Yeah, exactly. Laying the foundation for a strong, solid future with this individual that you have a soul contract with. Okay? It's the starting point of a new relationship, of a new connection. Right? It says strong foundations, beautiful work is in progress. You're attracting new relationships into your life and making plans for the future. Yeah. So the plans that you have for the future with this soulmate of yours, okay, they are built on solid ground. Like they are realistic. They are tangible. It is not a fantasy. Okay, if it was a fantasy, trust me, we would see it coming out in the energies, right? So you can safely make plans with this individual, knowing full well that those plans are realistic, okay? Now, you've got the Five of Wands, which is trials of strength, going through a bit of a struggle, and the Four of Cups. for what is working for you. Do not, under any circumstances, Aries, get involved with anyone else's bullshit this week, okay? Do not do it. Do not bring that into your life. Do not bring that into the connection that we see playing out here in your reading, okay? Do not be bringing old energies into this connection. Because if anything is going to destabilize it, it'll be that, and vice versa. Same for the person that you're dealing with. They also must not bring drama or old energies into this connection. Okay? Peace. For how this is likely, how it's most likely going to play out for you. Peace. And you can see there's an egg here, which is symbolic, of course, for fertility and new life. So your new life is still in the works. It's still gestating, okay? So nurture it, protect it, look after it, okay? It says freedom from attachments, radical acceptance, and a time for calmness and well-being. Yeah. So this is going to be it, Aries. It's literally everything that you have been wishing for. And it's here with this individual. Yeah, the moon, deep, deep feelings. That can also indicate shadow work because they have mentioned radical acceptance here. Okay. How else is this likely going to play out for Aries, please? They're also saying with this moon, with peace, for you to enjoy the process, because there is so much more that is yet to unravel here in the most beautiful way possible, okay? Yeah. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. I kind of feel like someone's moving. It could be you're moving to live with this person, or they are moving to come live with you. But it's the connection that is... I want to use the word, it's ascending. Because you're both ascending independently, which means that the connection, the relationship itself as a whole, is also ascending. That's also exciting energy. Yeah. The King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Passion, optimism, enthusiasm, and justice at the bottom of the deck. That's twice that you've had the Justice card come out. It's there as well. So there's a soul contract here with this King of Wands. Doesn't matter if that's a man or a woman, right? It's not about the gender of the person. It's the energy. It's passion. We've got someone here who is doing something very brave, I feel. Because they feel guided towards doing so. Let's find out more about that. Can you tell us more about this energy with the 8 of Wands, the King of Wands, and Justice? Yeah, the Knight of Cups, it's come out squiffy. They're doing something very brave, which is being emotionally vulnerable, because it feels right to do so, where previously they were holding back. So this is someone who's leaning into love. They're leaning into how they feel. And they're taking action towards the person that they love, the person that they want to be with. And then we got the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is communication. It's a breakthrough. It's someone being deeply, deeply honest. Can I have a healing message for Aries, please? Like I said, I was not intending specifically for any of these reads to be love reads, okay? It just so happens that yours did come out as a love read this week. Yeah, new moon beginnings. That's no real surprise at all to see that come out. Right, let me see if I can find what page this is on for you. Okay, so new moon and beginnings. It says you might feel as though you've been wrestling with your current issues for far too long, but drawing this card suggests otherwise. In fact, the message of this card is that you're somehow at the start of a new cycle with regards to life in general, or in any specific dilemma that you're inquiring about. Either your story is just beginning, or the situation that you're asking about is old, but you're starting a new chapter. This is a very positive card, and overall it suggests that you're headed in the right direction, but there are no guarantees that it's the direction that you originally had in mind. Now is a time for courage and strength. You can make your dreams come true if you believe in them, and if they are what your higher self knows is best for you on your journey. Now is a time to make the effort towards whatever you want to achieve, knowing that you have the moon's support. Think about what you want to attract in your life and then take steps towards that. Additional meanings for this card: a yes is coming your way, chase your dreams, start over, you're on fire in a good way, and ask your higher self for guidance. The new moon is the start of the lunar cycle and brings with it fresh energy. Embody courage and strength and you will be unstoppable. Wow. I don't know what else I can add to that one, Aries, because it spoke for itself quite beautifully. There it is. There it is. Ask yourself how many fucks you give. Interesting. Wake the fuck up. Release judgments of yourself and others. And the idiot is fucking clueless. Interesting. There's a clueless idiot around you. Let go of idiots and shit that no longer serves you. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.